Is this real life?
Hi, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about my fitness journey, how I got into it, how I started seeing results to transform basically. Quick background story, I'm 5'11".
Is that your height?
So 180 centimeter tall,
Aren't you 6 feet tall?
roughly. I went from 112 kilos or so to 82. So, knocked off a lot of pounds there. My fitness journey started 8 years ago. My best mate introduced me to fitness. I became hooked as soon as he showed me. I loved it. But I was working out from the day he showed me to, 3-4 years later, let's say, back in 2015, 2016. There was no difference. I was like, I'm getting stronger in the gym, but I'm not seeing any sort of physique change. I'm still looking the same, fairly overweight at that point. I didn't know what to do. We've always been very, very good with the working out, but we've always been very bad with the diet. I wasn't tracking anything. I was just eating whatever I felt like. I had no knowledge. I had no knowledge of nutrition. I had no knowledge of calories. I didn't know what a calorie was. So I started doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of videos, and I learned how to calorie count. As soon as I learned how to do all the calorie counting and tracking macros and stuff like that, within 6 months, at that point I had already worked out for 4 years. Within 6 months of doing calorie counting, huge change. It started coming off. The fat was melting off. It was quick. So, my advice is obviously learn how to calorie count. That is the biggest tool when it comes to losing weight. That is the biggest tool, and find out your maintenance calories. How many calories do you need to maintain your body weight? So let's say you're eating the same amount of food for 2 weeks. Instead of the scale every single day, and you're not changing that amount of calories, just work out, go through the list of food that you're eating that for those 2 weeks, convert it into calories. That is your maintenance. Once you know the maintenance, just go 200 below it, 300 below it for 2, 3, 4 weeks, a month. Within 30 days, I guarantee anyone, you're gonna see some sort of difference. The people who say, hey, calorie count doesn't work for me, it's because you're not counting it right. It's just maths. If you know how to do the basic addition, you can do calorie count. But I see where the issue is. A lot of people trip up the calorie count if they can't do it. It's because they undershoot it. So let's say you're gonna eat out and you order a burger or something. A burger normally is around 600, 700 calories depending on the sauce they put in, depending on the cut of the beef, depending is it a quarter pound or a half pound or whatever. But if you want to be on the safe side, because I didn't make the food, so I can't tell you exactly what's in it. But if you want to be on the safe side, let's say it's 600 calorie burger, just overshoot it a little bit, call it 800 calories, 850 calories, right? Maybe even 900 if you want to be really on the safe side. That's my advice. Whenever I eat out and I get a plate of miscellaneous food, it's got a bit of everything in it, I overshoot it. I say, hey, look, this plate probably around 600, but I'm going to call it 1,000. I'm going to overshoot it by 400 calories. Just to be on the safe side, so that I know for that day I'm going to be under. If I'm cooking my own food, I know exactly what goes into it, so I can do it pretty accurately, but if I'm eating out, I really can't. So my advice is to overshoot it. And you gotta do this consistently. You can't just do this for a week and expect, a difference, a huge change, right? You gotta do it consistently for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Look at it over a span of a week, right? If I'm under 6 days a week, one day I can go a bit over, that's fine. So 6 days a week I've been good. The 7th day I can have one cheat meal and just overshoot it by 200 calories. Cool. That will work also, right? And that's probably the more sustainable method of doing it, instead of just a strict diet for 30 days and having to bounce back in the next 2 weeks, right? That's why so many people fail. Get into the habit of calorie count, build it into your lifestyle, and then you're gonna see a huge difference. How I did, basically. That's my take on it, that's my advice. Till next time, guys. Peace. 'Cause I need you now. I'll give you my all before